It's Brittany. Joke lang. First of all, I'd like to again say good morning to each and every one of you. You know, I like to do an energy check, kind of like what I did earlier. So right now, can you raise your right hand? Tap the person to your right. Say, good morning. Maganda ka pa sa umaga. Pakitanong nga, nagkape ka na ba? Now, how did that feel? It felt good, diba? Having somebody ask you, are you okay? How are you? Right? But let me ask you this. When was the last time that you actually took a moment to ask yourself, how are you, dear me? You know, we get so lost in living our lives, achieving our goals, doing this and doing that, half of the time trying to please other people, that we often forget to pay attention to the first thing that we are responsible for in this lifetime, and that is ourselves. Thank you for doing a nod. Thank you. I can see you. Self-love may sound so selfish or self-centered, but really, it's just about making sure that you are happy. Who wants to be happy? Uy, ako din. At least we're all on the same page, diba? We all want to be happy. And this is why self-love matters to each and every one of us. It surely matters to me. Like everything in life, I think to try to understand the whys in our lives, now that we're adults, we go back to our childhood. Ay, hindi pa pala yun. Nagkamali ako. It matters to me because I've had quite an interesting journey in this lifetime. When I was 15, I peaked at about 220 plus pounds. My waistline was 42 inches. Cute ko, no? But when I was that age, I would have never thought of myself as cute. Although, ang posing ko parang pang FHM. Bata pa lang, may balak na. I stand before you today proudly saying that I have lost about 100 pounds. I have lost 100 pounds. And thank you. You know, and I've kept most of it off. Basically, I have transformed my body. Okay, great, right? Thanks for applauding. But what I am not proud of is that I have gone through death-defying things just for me to look this way. From anorexia to starvation, to bulimia, to taking diet pills, to cosmetic surgeries when I became an actress and cosmetic procedures, and exercise compulsion, which basically means I've pretty much killed myself at the gym, just to look this way. Grabe, no? If you think about it, I must really hate my body to have it go through all of that suffering, all of that pain. Why? Why? What prompted this self-hatred? So like I said earlier, in order for us to understand the things that we do now, I guess we kind of have to go back to our childhood. It's the foundation of the choices that we've been making our whole lives. Last 5 minutes, sandali, wala pa akong halfway. As a child, my standard for beauty was set high by several factors. My mother, she was this beautiful woman, fair-skinned, petite, brown-haired. She was that. She was everything that I was not. And, you know, my mother was even more special than that. She suffered from mental illness. She was first labeled neurotic and then manic depressive and eventually bipolar. And because of this, she is not evil, by the way, just to let you know. She was just a human being who was going through what she was going through. But because of this, she had mood swings. And on good days, she called me beautiful and pretty. And on bad days, she said I was ugly. Among other things she would say to me. Then we also have beauty pageants. My mother wanted to be a beauty queen, but she was too small to join, so she wanted me to be a beauty queen. So at a young age, she was kind of grooming me and conditioning me, didn't want me to ride the bike. So, you're seeing all these beauty queens, that's kind of like your standard for beauty. And then there's TVs and movies. I wasn't much of a magazine child. We didn't really have much of those fashion magazines, but I was a couch potato. I loved watching TV and movies. And my father was in the business, so at a young age, I was exposed to these beautiful creatures which I thought were just so far from what I looked like. So at a young age, I was already very confused. I was broken. I had low self-worth. I felt like I was not enough. And as I shared earlier, I got big and I lost weight. But all this time, I always felt like I was not enough. As a matter of fact, people liked to remind me that I was not enough. As a big girl, they said, maganda ka sana, pero mataba. Ang laki mo. Sana magpapayat ka. Sayang. Post-weight loss, maganda ka sana, kaya lang, ano nangyari sa skin mo? Nagsag, no? Duh. Dami mong stretch marks. Paano? I mean, as if I wanted that. To this day, I am shamed for my body. And I guess it's something I have to accept. People will always say something bad about it. People say good things about it too, so you take the good with the bad. Pero feeling ko, ang hirap. Parang kahit anong gawin ko, halos mamatay na ako kaka-workout, kaka-diet, but it feels like it's still not enough. So I just turned 36 and I'm having the hardest time losing weight. I know that I'll have a harder time when I'm 40 plus or 50 plus. But hindi ko na alam ang gagawin ko. Nagkakasakit na ako. I get sick pushing myself so much just to try and get to where I want to be. But where exactly is that place? Where is there? I want to get there. It seems like we're never actually there. Something is always lacking. You're always working towards another there. No matter what we do, it will never be enough. Now I figured, how can I be happy and content with myself when all these years I have been trying to meet the unrealistic beauty standards that media, society, my environment, even myself, I've set for myself. From the models in the magazines, people on television, all these fashion bloggers na ang gaganda. Hindi ko talaga magawa. They're so beautiful. I'm not. But you know what's even crazier? Is that I can't even live up to myself. I can't even live up to that image. Come on. She's pretty hot, but so am I. But she's just a different version. This is what I want to look when I wake up. But you know what? I'm not that. And it's okay. It's okay. I'm trying to remind myself it's okay. I could never live up to her. See, gutom lang siya. Gusto niya burger and fries. Seriously, if I can't live up to myself, how can the other women live up to these images? So I realized I've been working so hard to transform my body to be physically fit that I've left out a very important part of it. I wasn't working hard enough in transforming my mind to love and accept myself, no matter what I looked like. Basically, I wasn't working hard enough to be mentally fit. This is what prompted my self-love journey. This is the inspiration for the body love revolution. So I figured if I'm going through this, then other people must be going through the same thing. For me, self-love means being healthy, mind, body, and spirit. It is making loving decisions for my body. It says my body over there. Body. All right. I'm no expert in self-love, and today you will be learning from so many amazing speakers and wonderful panel discussions. And I hope that by the end of the day, you will have your own definition of self-love. But please allow me to share some very helpful tips that have helped me in this journey. First is, we always have to do work. So first is outer work. Eat healthy. I was told by Dr. Sylvia Claudio, one of our experts, and she will be in one of our panel discussions later, to encourage people to eat healthy instead of dieting, as it builds a healthier relationship with food. Trust me, I am only learning this now, and I think it's very powerful. Be active. Endorphins are good for our mental state. Choose an activity that makes you happy. It could be as simple as walking, it could be CrossFit, it could be Zumba. No judging. If you like Zumba, then go. I love Zumba. There's also filter work that needs to be done. In real life, we have to choose the energy that we let into our lives. You are the sum, or the average, rather, of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Right now, social media is our world. Who loves social media? Who's into that? Okay, then we must also do some filter work in our social life. I really encourage that we follow social media accounts that inspire us, not just ones that look good. I mean, you can follow those too, but let's mix it up a bit. Sharing with you some of my favorites. At Beauty Redefined, at Mel Robbins Live, at Gary V. Gary Vaynerchuk, pero kung gusto niyo din, Gary Valenciano, that's fine. I love him too. Locally, we have at Plump PH. They will be speaking here today, and these women are one of the pioneers in the body positivity space in the Philippines. And of course, She Talks Asia. Guys, remember, filter who you spend time with online and offline. Now, the most important work is inner work. Guys, catch your negative self-talk. It is so powerful that we catch this and instead fill ourselves with positivity. As they say, Naomi Judd said, your body hears everything that your mind says. I like to do gratitude journals, just listing down 3 things I'm grateful for, 3 things that would make the day great, and 3 affirmations. Affirmations or reminders. Affirmations saying I am, saying an adjective, and believing it. If you're jahe, I learned that reminders are also powerful for people. Say you are. So it feels like somebody's telling you this instead of you telling this to yourself. So I hope that you've learned a thing or two, and this helps you as much as it has helped me. I would say that at this point in my life, I am working harder than ever to accept myself, to love myself. You know why? Because I'm about to get married. And that means I am about to start a family. I will have my own children. And the last thing I want is for my children to go through what I went through. The last thing I want is to pass on what I have passed on, what has been passed on to me. And because now that I am aware of all of this, I know that it ends with me. It must end with me. I know that my mother was just as much a victim as I was. She did not mean to make me feel unpretty. She did not mean to hurt me. She was also a victim of the rigid beauty standards that were passed on from generations to generations. But now I am here and I have an obligation to myself and my future children, or children. Depends what we're blessed with, Pupi. I have that obligation. I have to let them know that they are more than their bodies. I'll say that again. We are more than our bodies. As my favorite, or one of my favorite body positivity sites at Beauty Redefined says, your body is an instrument, not an ornament. For me, this statement was just life-changing. Once we start viewing our bodies as the vessel in which we get to live our lives, we get to live out our purpose, then we can stop obsessing about the way it looks. Rather, focus on the way it works. There are so many things to celebrate about our bodies. Do you agree? And I just hope that we can all embrace our uniqueness and our inherent beauty, because we are all beautiful. And so now I stand before you, reminding you, please always remember that you are worthy of love. We are all worthy of love. And yes, that includes self-love. Please know that you are enough. You are more than enough. And to close this off, I would like to invite each and every one of you to say 10 powerful affirmations that I hope you get to say and believe. If you want to close your eyes, do so. If you want to hug yourself, do so. Please do what you want to do and just say these words with me. I am beautiful. You can do better than that, guys. Let's believe it. I am beautiful. I am strong. I am worthy. I am kind. I am brave. Louder. I am resilient. I am brilliant. I am victorious. I am love. I am enough. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Mabuhay, and I hope that you enjoy this day that we have prepared just for each and every one of you.